It's hard to believe that it's been over a year since the last devlog. After finishing the last one, I moved, and then took a break for a few months. I don't want to get bogged down in the same old story about struggling to find motivation. If you've watched other YouTube devlogs, I'm sure you've heard it all before. Let's skip to the good parts. In my original conception for this game, I was imagining you would play out a prescribed sequence of stages, like a campaign. As I developed the game further, it began to dawn on me that it should have more of an arcade feel. Realizing that really helped me to get past some blocks that I was experiencing. I've overhauled the title screen. While I was very happy with the logo just the way it was, I wanted to add a splash of color. To accomplish this, I wrote a script to spawn in game objects with most of their functionality disabled. I created a cool little action sequence that shows off what the game is like, and it came out great. As you saw on the title screen, there are some graphical updates as well. I've made new sprites for almost everything. There's a new player ship, new enemies, projectiles, as well as small custom particle effects here and there for bullet dissipation, item collection, etc. The smallest touches can all add up to having a big impact in the end. I've made more changes to the HUD. I changed the alignment on the UI elements, which makes things feel less boxy. I spaced things out some more to make everything less cramped. Now that scoring points is a central focus, I put huge emphasis on that on screen. There was also a problem of enemies showing up out of nowhere, so I've added these off-screen indicators to give you some early warning so it's not so easy to get cornered in an ambush. I've tried to slightly tweak everything to look nice and polished for when I'm ready to ship. This feature was super important for me personally. I added controller support, as that's almost always my preferred way to play this kind of game. From the beginning, I built this project on Juju Adams' input system. It's a great library that makes it easy to support lots of different input methods in your game. He's worked on a lot of the bigger games made at GameMaker over the last few years, and he has a lot of super useful libraries on his GitHub page, so if you're not already familiar, be sure to check those out, link in the doobly-doo. The weapon system is now a little more elegant with the removal of the flamethrower. Try as I might, I could never quite get it to feel right, so I standardized on the blaster and missiles. This means that I don't need extra buttons or functionality for weapon swapping, so it's the right call to keep things simple. One of my favorite new features is the Multiplier. The more ships you destroy without taking damage, the more points you'll earn. I personally love when games have things like this, as it makes it super fun to rack up long combos. The game has music now, and speaking of combos, as your multiplier increases, the music changes to become more dramatic and energetic. All the music and sound effects were composed by my friend Vincent Wright. Vincent also composed the soundtrack to my previous game, Ace, A Chromatic Experience. I really think he's outdone himself this time. Link to more of his work in the doobly-doo. Take a listen to what the game sounds like. Recently, I managed to find my old laptop, which meant I was able to start building the game for Windows and giving it to my friends to try out. Everyone that I've shown the game to has seemed to really like it. It's been excellent to get the kind of actionable feedback that I can use to improve the game. When you're the developer and you're staring at it every day, a fresh set of eyes can really show you things you're missing. Due to the timing of some personal matters, while I haven't been very busy at all lately, I expect that to change dramatically in early March and beyond. Therefore, my goal is for the game to be released before then. That's not a ton of time, but at this rate I think that I can pull it off. Overall, the game is coming along really nicely, and I've loved working on it again. I really cannot wait to put it in your hands. Please let me know what you think of everything I've shown off in the comments below. Have a good one.